What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. All right, man, look. Canelo Alvarez versus Errol Spence. Is that happening? Is that being negotiated? What's taking the Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter fight so long to be finalized? Hold on. Coffee. Let's kick this around a bit. I think Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez would be a great fight. But if you look at the current landscape of what's going on, it may be a possibility that this is being negotiated. All right, so let's look at things. Let's look at how everything is looking right now. Triple G, he stopped Steve Rolls. He did his job. After he defeated Steve Rolls, he called out Canelo Alvarez. Let's have our trilogy. Oscar De La Hoya, he responded to it. Oscar De La Hoya said, well, hey, Triple G, you're a B fighter now. Go get a belt from Andrade or something like that. Once you have a belt, then we can discuss it. This fight with Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, it isn't happening in 2019. So, what's a possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez? Who? Callum Smith? Billy Joe Saunders? Canelo Alvarez, he hasn't stated that he's going to fight any of those guys yet. But Oscar De La Hoya, he has communicated he would really like to fight Errol Spence in September. Let's look at Errol Spence. Now, everyone saying forever, Shawn Porter, he's ducking Errol Spence. Shawn Porter, he signed the contract. He's done. He wants that Errol Spence fight. He signed the contract. Guess who hasn't signed the contract? Errol Spence. There are some saying, well, he didn't sign the contract yet because he's disgusted. He wants to be on pay-per-view. He wants it to be a pay-per-view fight. Hell, why not? His last fight was pay-per-view with Mikey Garcia. But then there's some of you that's saying, I think he's negotiating a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Let's kick this around a bit. If Errol Spence isn't signing that fight with Shawn Porter, I agree. It can be him saying I need it to be pay-per-view. But I'm not sure if that's Errol Spence's way of thinking. He was always a gladiator, a warrior. He wants to fight them all. I'm kind of leaning towards Canelo Alvarez. Oscar De La Hoya, what he offered, it was a lot of money. Fight Canelo Alvarez, huge for your legacy. Here's what I think about it. Errol Spence, he has a lot of work to do in the welterweight division, in my opinion. Roberto Duran, yeah, he fought Marvin Hagler. He fought Hearns. But not until after he cemented his legacy as one of the greatest, if not the greatest lightweight of all time. Then he went on, fought Sugar Ray Leonard, beat him. Ended his career fighting Iran Barkley, stuff like that. You know, I think he fought until 50, fighting as a middleweight. That's different. The Mexican fan base are saying, look, Mikey Garcia, he jumped up to fight you. Mikey Garcia jumping up 2 weight classes, not just to fight at welterweight, but to fight the boogeyman at welterweight. Why can't you do the same thing? Have some integrity. Errol Spence, his response, and rightfully so, was Mikey Garcia. That was his choice. I didn't ask him to do that. That's not my career path. Seems as though Errol Spence is really considering that Canelo Alvarez fight. It was Errol Spence who said, I'll stop Canelo Alvarez. I'll fight him. September. It's a lot of money to pass up. Is he ready? It's my humble opinion that Errol Spence wouldn't be ready to fight Canelo Alvarez, to really beat that guy, really. Canelo Alvarez isn't just bigger than Errol Spence. It's kind of how Errol Spence was doing with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia isn't just smaller than Errol Spence. Errol Spence was bigger, and he's a great fighter. Skillful. He's big and skillful. So is Canelo Alvarez. Good reflexes, head movement, countering ability, punching power. He's not just big, crazy chin, taking punches from the likes of Danny Jacobs, taking punches from the likes of Triple G in 2 fights. Hasn't been stopped. What's Errol Spence going to do with his chin? I think Canelo Alvarez got Errol Spence outmatched. I do. I think Errol Spence will have to clear out the welterweight division, kind of do what Duran did as a lightweight. Then move up and do like Duran when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't know, take up a fight with J-Rock, fight with Jarrett Hurd at 154, something like that. Lara, I don't know. And then move up to middleweight. That's what I think. I mean, that's what Canelo Alvarez did. Before he fought Triple G, he didn't just jump up and fight Triple G. He did it a smart way. But then again, if you remember my older videos, when I was speaking of Mikey Garcia taking on Errol Spence, I gave him all the credit in the world. All the praise. I said that Mikey Garcia, he's doing things that, fighters were doing back in the day. I said Mikey Garcia's in the forefront of changing the boxing culture from how Floyd Mayweather damaged it. He's in the forefront of helping to fix that. I must stay consistent. I give Errol Spence the same praise if he were to take on Canelo Alvarez. Errol Spence would be at the forefront to me of being one of those guys of fixing, helping take boxing back to the days of before, the days of the past, the days where people weren't afraid to take an L. I give Errol Spence the same praise as I did Mikey Garcia. So, what's the probability of Errol Spence taking on Canelo Alvarez this year? It's a pretty good one. Errol Spence, he hasn't signed the Shawn Porter fight. I think, though, it'd be smarter for Errol Spence to fight Shawn Porter. Unify. Fight the winner of, Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. Do something like that. Be undisputed. Fight a Terrence Crawford. If Errol Spence were to take on a Canelo Alvarez at middleweight, he ain't going back down to 147. Believe you me. If people think he's a weight bully now, what would you call him if he were to beat Canelo Alvarez? He'd have to campaign at middleweight. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that Errol Spence is holding out for pay-per-view? Or do you think he's holding out because he's negotiating a fight with Oscar De La Hoya? Let me know what you think in the comments below. ShowBizz the dope. Hey, man, this should be a fun week, man. We have a lot to discuss. And Zab Judah, man, you're a fighter. Congratulations, man. Hopefully you get in the clear. I know you have bleeding on the brain. I'm out.